Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle here for a scrying session for the full moon in Scorpio, a 30th or the 1st of May. So let's say it's running from let's say the 29th, 29, 30, 31st, 31st, God, April, 29, 30, 1st of May, 2nd of May, 3rd of May, and 4th, up from the 29th to the 4th of May, which is a Friday. I have here several things and a sculpture in olive wood. It's a particular moon. What I see is, and again, I will talk about what interactions I have with my clients. What I see is as things emerging. If people have been have cured a cough, it will be surfacing up again. Mucus coming out. Certain things emerge, health issues emerge there where they had been resolved. Also, emotional issues. That is due to the emotions. When I say health issues, that is due to the emotions. For example, I'll give you an example. One of my clients, who has given me permission to use this example. When she has difficulty, she's a public person. She openly gives speeches. She's very public. Okay, when she has an emotional difficulty, it will hit her throat. She'll have difficulties in her throat. She'll be saying, okay, that's the universe telling me something. And what happens is that it manifests in that time. It's an emotional manifestation of some sort. It tells her that there's issues that are unresolved. This is the type of thing that I'm seeing for this full moon, and this is fluorite, polished fluorite. The blues and green. This is beautiful here. Oh, there. Okay, so now we're in for a period now that, like a curved ball in baseball, we're not expecting it. We're going to be hit more or less with vehemence, with straightforward, with a lot of difficulty in this period. Things will be coming at us without any warning. And those of us who have more of a firm grounding will be better equipped to deal with it. But a lot of the people who are not standing on firm ground are going to have quite a time. This is going to be quite a challenge. Now, having said that, there is a positive side to this. The positive side is that it's an alarm bell. It brings to light issues that were unresolved, issues that we need to deal with. If we've put them on the back burner, if we've relegated them to another time, if you've kept postponing them, this is a time where you have to face it. It's not a tower situation, but it is a judgment call. I'm talking about the tarot cards, major arcana, when they come out. It is a call to action. So that is the positive side to it. Many might not see that as a positive side to it, especially if they have been shirking this situation, have been shirking their responsibility in handling the situation. But I'm seeing it's going to be resolved within the time span, within this time span, by the 4th, by the Friday. It's going to blow over, so it's going to be a rip-roaring period. That means the shorter it is, the more upheaval you will feel. So let's get prepared for that. What about friends? What about a little help from my friends? I'm not seeing that that's going to be forthcoming. You can seek respite through talking about it and things like that, even therapy. But what ultimately I'm seeing is that it is your scratchy nose. It is your responsibility to start the healing process. I'll put it this way. And there's music, there's music as a remedy. Music will come to our aid. Let's remember that music will be one of our greatest allies in this week, because it will span just about a week. And I do see the harmony there with the music. It's, the session, the scrying, the messages that I'm getting is that you need to remember that we are one, and this includes all of the beings in the universe that come together. So it's not just smell, taste, a sense of touch, feeling. No, it is sound, it is the taste buds, everything that needs to be drawn on when you have a bit of a crisis. And the feeling should not be one of being alone, by no means. This fluoride is one of the most telling stones that I have, literally. There's a kaleidoscope of different methods that you could use, that we can use to face up to this period. And seeing that there are many different ways to respond to this crisis, I'm calling it a crisis because it will be felt as a crisis. It seems to be scattered, and it seems to be all over the place, but there is a common element. There is, you'll be getting the messages that you need to walk toward harmony. You need to sense harmony. You need to actually sing to be able to face, there's therapeutic, there's therapy, singing therapy that is suggested to people who are depressed, and like many other therapies. And this is what singing is. I'm talking about this type of singing, actually screaming out, belting out songs, belting out different notes, using your vocal cords to bring in the harmony. Even if you don't know how to sing, there is harmony there. Let me put this down. I'm going to take the sister stone that I consider hers, the sister stone here. This is citrine, another polished. These two are are my favorites, I think, I have to say. What is happening in this moment, I'll keep calling it a crisis, is something that is not coming to you. It will be felt as if it's something coming to you out of nowhere. Okay, that's what it feels. But as soon as it starts, you know where it's coming from. You know that perhaps you didn't do all the work internally or in depth enough for you to not be able to, face up to this, and this is why it's happening. So it seems to be a call to action for you to go even deeper into work on yourself and ourselves. So it's not like, yes, we can say it's this coming out of nowhere, but in fact, this is ancient healing that, age-old healing that needs to be enacted, needs to start. I'm hearing property, real estate. There's a question for many of us that has to do with property, whether it means having to move out of your apartments, a rental, or having to sell quickly a piece of real estate in this time before the month of May is over, and it's long overdue. You were hoping, those of you who have real estate issues, you were hoping to get it resolved by the end of August, which is Monday, and that's not the case. So I'm seeing that that's one of the big issues that come out of nowhere, it seems. Also, added to that, there are other other problems linked to that that have to do with family relations. The house was not sold, and therefore the relations with an come into play. The house was not sold, and therefore there are the crises that crop up with the family, sisters, siblings. Um, or the apartment was supposed to be given to a brother, rental instead. You're still there because you can't find another way out or something. So it calls into play family relations as well for many of us. I'm finding that this period, this precise period this week, um, the element of water is quite far from us, even for those of you who live at the beach. Where you really need it now. You know, I talked about harmony and how sound could help us. I'm seeing that the element of water is there if you live by the sea, but it feels like it's not there. It's not comforting to you. And it should be, if you could try to blend in with the water. It is the mother of our senses, and it's our mother, and going back, going back there and having that emotional bond again. As a way of finding our roots, our way of finding our road back to ourselves for those of us who experience it in such a difficult way. Let's see. I have this is picture jasper, this dark stone. Because what we'll be feeling is a sense of being uprooted, losing our basis, our tribe, our the expression "without a leg to stand on." This is what comes up. We'll be feeling that we're humbled, we're crippled, we're excuse me, we are being hit in a place that we called home. Okay. And that is the issue with the house and the real estate. Our home, we're feeling like we're being uprooted from our very home. Try in this moment of time to gravitate toward people who are thought to be your friends, that you could call family. That's where you will find respite. Touch base with them. That will be a helpful thing. This is Moldavite. The sense of home keeps emerging as being the most important thought on our minds this week. The place we call home as being threatened. And when something like this happens, the Moldavite is telling me that the place we call our home is ours. Yes, we can say it's ours, but we are one. We live in one situation, in one context, in one, as if we were all tied. Your problems are my problems. I can feel the energy of your difficulties. There's a need here to touch base with people very close to you, to us. The answer lies precisely in how close we come into contact with our close-knit of inner family in terms of friends. I see the picture of our feet on the beach, right where the water is hitting the sand, where when the water recedes, the sand is removed from under our feet, as if we feel the floor give way right below our feet. But it's not as if it's completely gone. We are holding on to something. There is the remnants of a shadow. We can say this is the shadow of what was. There is the shadow of something that that we have had so far. And you know, in many respects, I could say, well, we'll be living in the shadows this week. In our mind, okay, this is a perspective. We'll feel as if we're living in the shadows. And the shadows, you know, if we contrast it to the light, may give us an idea that it will be problematic. And to many, it will seem that way. But I'm not sure if you've had the experience that everyone likes a sunny day. Well, there are those, like myself included, when after so much sun, there's the clouds, and it's sort of nice weather to stay under the covers, or nice weather to recede into loneliness and read and just have an excuse for not overextending ourselves. Well, this is the feeling that we're going to get, as if being in the shadows is a place where we need to work. Okay, there would be these being in the shadows, time to work. Working with our shadows, that's what it is. Working with our shadows, working through our shadows. You know, I wonder, I keep seeing and hearing wonder. I wonder, a wonder. This is a gate. At times this stone is even almost transparent in some points. You will have the impression, we will have the impression that there are cracks in our surface. We experience cracks. Something has cracked in my reality. There are cracks in our reality as we work through the shadows. And yes, if there are, something has given way. We are changing. And the way we experience that has all to do with our attitude toward those changes. This full moon in Scorpio is talking to us about a death of an old us and the rebirth of a new us. And yes, those cracks are there. And yes, we have to work through those shadows. And it's going to be a challenging time. It will not be easy. But as I said before, challenges really hide opportunities for us. And how often do we get the opportunity to be reborn? One way I feel I'm reborn is when I lose my phone, my mobile phone, or when I lose all of the numbers in my mobile phone or all of the information, or I have to completely reset my computer and lose all my data, that I think, okay, that there's a sign there. Good, thank goodness it doesn't happen very often. It probably happened twice in my life. Any hackers out there who are working on my computer, please be forewarned. It's not going to happen again. It's going to be challenging. Okay, we've got that. There will be cracks. The floor underneath our feet is going to give way, and there will be cracks. We have to work through our shadows. And in the shadows. Okay, we get that. Let's hold on and hope for the best, because I'll be here when it's over, and I'll be back with another scrying session. This is a good heads up, and I'm thankful that this message has come up, because I'm going to brace for the worst and hope the new side on the other the light at the end of that tunnel is going to be so bright. I won't ever remember what this week is going to make me go through. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so grateful for your presence here, and thank you all of your subscribers for your support, you old subscribers, and welcome to my new subscribers. It's a pleasure. Welcome to this new channel. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, until we scry together again. Bye-bye.